Coming into the 2018 Australian Championship, Meyer knew that, again, there was a solid task ahead if he wanted to win and make it to the World Championships as the individual contender. But it seemed to be the same two athletes constantly standing in his way.
Yeah, the rivalry between me, Lawrence and Brad has always been pretty high. I've always been trying to keep up with them, if you know what I mean. I've always tried to be the best, and that rivalry started really hard. Me and Brad have just been good mates. When you lost to him 2 years in a row, you sort of think to yourself, geez, I wouldn't mind winning one at least.
So in preparation for his attack on the Australian title in 2018, Meyer worked on his game to come out on top of his arch rivals.
STIHL has been the biggest hoodoo I've had for a long time, and I think the last couple of years I've fixed that up.
Meyer, he will need to get past O'Toole. Dropping the cookie at the same time, the steady flow, the STIHL is humming to the finish.
I tried to work on my single buck a little bit more, and that's always been a weak point till now, I think.
And with consistent results across the board for the day, Meyer was within reach of his second Australian title. Flanked on both sides by O'Toole in first place and DeLosa just below before the pressure was on for a solid hot saw cut.
I don't think I had the confidence in my hot saw than what I did. I was a bit laxy-daisy with it. I knew Lawrence had a quick hot saw, and after being beaten 2 years before that and always coming up against Lawrence and Brad, and the hot saw being a big foe of mine because I'd never done well in it. That 2018, when I come up to that hot saw event, and I just thought to myself, well, second place is probably the best I'm ever going to get here this weekend, so that's what I went for.
Go! 6.48 seconds. It's not the fastest time, but it's a clean cut and will give O'Toole the points he needs for the win. With O'Toole breaking through for his maiden win, again, Meyer would have to settle for second best. But the following year, Meyer engaged a new strategy and approach to the competition on the Gold Coast.
I hadn't done much training, just got married, had a kid on the way. Yeah, the world was pretty busy at the time, so I didn't really have much time to train. So I went up to the Gold Coast, didn't expect too much. Walked on stage, Lawrence was pretty happy with himself because he's the champ, and I'm like, yeah, righto, it's my year this year. And
no one is giving the other any advantage as they destroy the blocks beneath their feet.
Come out the first event, broke the Australian record in unman. Well, thanks for coming.
Meyer hits the transition into his upcut for his second cookie.
Next event was the stock saw. Thought to myself, well, I use the chainsaw a fair bit now, so let's see what we can do.
Meyer takes the victory in the fastest time so far.
And then standing block comes up.
A perfect start for Meyer with 2 wins from 2. Sees him at the top of the leaderboard. But can he make it 3 from 3?
And then again, you're up against Mitch and Glenn Gillen, which are probably the two of the best stand block cutters in the world. And I was up against Lawrence in my round.
O'Toole is on his tail though and knows how important each point is. But Meyer takes the win in an outstanding 13.60 time and setting another new Australian record.
Finished that first round, I thought, gee whiz, it's all happening for me today.